It's your boy, wow. It's your boy, Michael, and
Taylor here.
and we are here on another edition on What's Cooking NYC and with our guest,
Marcus.
Marcus. So tell us what you do, Marcus. Tell us what you do.
The
Don't
owner,
worry.
co-founder of oh, look at the camera, of course. Co-founder of Slow and Steady Clothing. Started this brand March 2020.
Okay.
2023 is approaching. It's been a journey ever since, and we just growing every time.
Yes, I have a secret to tell you guys. I am also a co-owner of Slow and Steady Clothing as well. So this fabulous young man right here is my brother. Yes, my blood brother. Not no fake.
It's real.
We're
Not
really
water.
related. Same mama,
Not fake
same
blood,
father.
but the real one. If I stick a needle in your hand and it's gonna draw the blood, they're related.
Yes.
We might pass for twins though.
Yes,
Just might.
without the makeup, I look just like, he looks just like me. I'm older,
The viewers will determine that.
Drop that in the comments if we look alike.
You guys are birds.
How will we look alike if I have on eyelashes?
I'm saying in general, like forget the eyelashes.
Whatever.
Like you could see the resemblance.
Whatever.
We related.
Okay.
All right.
So y'all started Slow and Steady Clothing in March 2020?
No,
Yeah.
he started it.
All right, so I could just do the whole.
Yeah, let's
All
do
right,
the
yeah,
whole
let's run the story. So, started Slow and Steady, March 2020 officially, but the idea came to life in December 2019. So, I'm at my old school with my boy, my best friend, Gary. Some may know him as G or whatever. And he comes to me. We're in the gym one day. He comes to me like, "Yo, bro, like, want to start this clothing line?" Excuse me. So, just like, all right, like, I was brushing it off for a while. Like, I wasn't really interested into it, but I was interested in entrepreneurship at the time, and I really wanted to I was just trying to figure out my talents. Also at the time, I'm a student athlete. Basketball wasn't really like that, my thing anymore. Didn't really have as much love for playing anymore. So I'm just trying to explore myself and figure out what my purpose is. So he did, he kept coming to me with the idea. So I took him up on the offer. We brainstorming in the gym. My one thing was, if we're going to start a brand, I want something with meaning. And, I agreed to it. So we're brainstorming, struggling with names for a while. Like it took us weeks, probably months. First name idea we came up with, it was actually called, it's called Smart Money Don't Die. Yes, we were trying to have Smart Money Don't Die. Like we wanted to have something with a. Yes, I did. I actually did. At the time, I did. You may remember if I finish the story. So, we wanted something with substance or whatever, and that's what we came with. I had a good message, but the main problem with it was like, how are we gonna break this down? We can't put in an acronym because then it'd be SM.
Yeah, SFD.
Double D, motherfucker. You feel me? So
I'm glad you thought that.
Yeah,
That was in my head the whole time.
We're not it sounds good, but SMDD,
that's
I don't know.
That's
Suck my double D.
Like,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so we had to scrap that. But how we got to Slow and Steady was just through constant brainstorming, coming up with the ideas just to start with t-shirt ideas. That's how we started. And then I thought of the saying slow and steady wins the race, turtle and the tortoise in the hare. And then we came together, we said that should just be the name of the brand, Slow and Steady, because it's gonna apply to all things. So now our slogan is growing at your own pace. That's it's a way of life. It's not just about money either. It's just about understanding the journey. We all have different journeys, and we all write our own stories. So as they say, you can't compare your chapter 1 to someone's like chapter 10 or 20, because they're all on different timing, God's timing, really. So that's how Slow and Steady was born. So we really got together. We started doing our mock-ups. We even looking for manufacturer. That's the toughest part. Finally got something together. Had some merch. We did our first photo shoot and
Got some merch right here.
Yes. We're gonna get into this a little bit more, but this is some of the newer stuff. I didn't even bring any of the OG. That's crazy.
No, bro.
Dang.
It's all about
It's okay.
progression too.
It's it's on the gram though. We can always bring that up, you know. So, we got the mock-ups and everything. We finally put our first photo shoot together, like February 2020. It was funny because we didn't even have a photographer. Photographer flopped. We did the photo shoot on our iPhone.
Didn't you leave the camera with you guys?
He photographer couldn't come, but said, "Yo, I'll give you my camera though." He gave us and the camera he gave us was dead.
Okay.
So
It was crazy.
yeah, we did it off our iPhone. We did the best we could. We did the photo photo shoot in the gym. Really improvising, but you could still see the growth.
Like, if you think about it though, iPhones, like, I don't know, what iPhone was that at the time?
It had to be like 10, iPhone 10,
okay.
11 maybe.
Which is still good because it's all about, honestly, most of the time these photos y'all see on Instagram or whatever, some of them are taken on like iPhones. It's just about editing, literally. You can literally take a photo on an iPhone and make it professional. It's insane, but
But lighting is also everything.
Yeah,
that's true.
It was.
Hop, girl.
She knows.
That's why I put the lights up. But lighting is everything because you can, like, I use my ring light all the time and I take pictures of stuff. Just take the iPhone, put it right behind the ring light, you can have something perfect. Like these white lights, LED lights, these are the best lights ever. Like I feel like anybody who does any content creating or any type of business, anything. I mean, now everybody content creates. So everybody, I don't care who you are, business owners or not, invest in a light, a ring light, one of these, I don't know what to call these lights that's in front of us. Do they call them umbrella lights? Any lighting. Just look for lighting. Invest in lighting. It's going to make a difference.
And not just lighting, stabilization too. You need to learn how to stabilize the camera. That's why your camera won't be distorted in any point.
Right.
Unless you're going for that effect.
Because it's like for example, when they took the pictures in the gym and I saw them, and I'm like a crazy perfectionist. Like I'm a psychopath. I am. We're gonna get into that part. But I'm like a psychopath, and I was looking at these pictures. I was like, they're horrible. I was like, they're bad. But that's my brother, and I tell. Do I sugarcoat anything?
No, I don't want you to.
Do I sugarcoat anything?
It just imagine
but it's coming from a place.
The first shoot.
Yeah, the first.
That's terrible. It's terrible.
But it's coming from a place of love, like. I want this to be perfect for you. Like, I don't even care if it's the first one. Like, I feel like you gotta go hard or go home. And I was like, no. But I was just felt bad because I just wish I was there to help and direct, even though I can be a psychopath. But it's all about vision.
I mean, listen, we did what we could with it though. Like although he's not a part of this brand anymore, my boy G, like we talk about it every time. Like, and then when I send him stuff. It's like, yo, bro, I remember when we started that first photo shoot, we came a long way. It's crazy, I didn't even think it's crazy because I didn't think I would be in this position today. Like I mentioned, this wasn't an interest of mine. It's something that grew onto me, but now I'm falling in love with it. Well, I already fell in love with it,
So now, because I know how you said you wish you bought the OG design, my dad had a question, and I'm trying to figure out the question, but I'm just gonna wing it right here. How do you feel? You said how you're grateful, like you came a long way and everything like that. So for all the designs you has ever had, what has been the design that spoke to you the most, or what's considered your favorite? What's something that really highlights the brand? Like, this is the brand,
I mean, I can't answer that straight up. I love all the designs equally because they all have different meanings to me, and each design speaks to me in a different way because it's just telling a story for me. So I don't have the original here, of course, but the first design that we did that we actually released was it's a black tee. It had an original logo on it. So it was a turtle on the left chest with a double S, and on the back it's a caution sign, like a yellow caution sign, but instead of like caution, it says like slow and steady, or like a money bag, and it says like grind at your own pace.
You're gonna have like an effect, or if you can just show it to the camera.
This is what it looks like, so you can see it.
Yeah, this is the first one that we actually released this one. Yeah, like we had these two, but we didn't release them because it was too expensive at the time to release. So yeah, but that was the OG.
It's limited if anybody has that.
Nah, word. If you know, you know. The best thing about I'm gonna get back into the question, but the best thing about like that first official drop, because like I said, we started in March 2020, but we didn't drop until July 2020. You know, because yeah, in the midst of the pandemic, it's a lot going on. We don't even know, like, we're trying to think like how we even gonna sell this. Like, are people even gonna still care about buying clothes? Is supposedly a recession was supposed to be one. Everybody was in panic mode, and then a lot was going on. That was like right before it started hitting.
Yes, you're right.
So we just trying to brainstorm. Like, I'm talking like
week of
we literally just said we literally just dropped like promo for like pre-orders, and then next week everything shut down.
Right.
That was a crazy time. I can't even believe it's about 3 years later.
Y'all was that right. That's that right though, because unemployment didn't start till like
and then following that,
no, technically unemployment did start in March. Really? But a lot of people didn't know that they were eligible for it. Like, I didn't know I was eligible for it until May. I wasn't eligible. My best friend's mom, she's an accountant, so she does my taxes and stuff. She was like, go apply for unemployment. She was like, even though you didn't, because I didn't work full time at the time, I was still in school. It was like, but you still lost out. You still can't work. So they gave me that. The unemployment pay plus the extra 600 was from Trumpy, right? 45. He I'm trying not to say his name, but yeah. 45. So right. So he the Don.
The Don.
That 600. That 600 was from the Don.
He owed me something though, because I wasn't eligible for unemployment.
But I got that back pay. They sent me like $5,000. I was like, yeah, I can't talk to him. It was lit. But yeah. So at the time we didn't know.
Yeah, we didn't know. So
and things weren't official. Like people still didn't know whether they was gonna close or not, close their jobs or not. So people wasn't really hopping on unemployment. It probably till like a month later or something like that.
Yeah. But more of the story, like there was just a dead period.
Okay.
Even I was like, I had like extreme lack of motivation. Even at the time, of course that time we experienced, like, we were grieving too. We lost two of our grandparents. Thank you. So it was a lot. And but one day, like, Taylor came in my room, like, bro, like, my only way out of the pandemic was on Xbox with the guys. Like, I'm gonna keep it a buck. So I'm playing Cookin. She just come in my room one day, like, yo, what are we doing? Like, what's going on?
That sounds Taylor.
Like, what are you doing? Like, we gotta get this show on the road. Like, y'all say I was dropping something in March. It's about to be like July. Like, what's going on? Are you still doing this? Do you care about this?
I was like, they outside and they got money and they spending it.
Yeah.
So
she's like, yo, and like excuse me, like I said, the best part about the couple first drops was the support system, our family. Yeah. And that was her main thing, like, yo, like, you're sitting here not even trying. Yeah. We got a whole family that's gonna at least buy one shirt,
it's poetic though, if you think about it. Your brain is slow and steady, and that is literally a slow and steady pace. That's okay. You know how you just said you wanted to tell a story with your brand. I just had this random epiphany or idea, right? Now my question is, how important is storytelling for a brand to you? Like, what does it mean?
Well, I went to school for this.
How important that is?
It's very important, actually. Because it's like it's a differentiation factor. How are we gonna be different from the others? I don't want people to just look at Slow and Steady and say, oh, like, nice turtle. Like, I want you to look at Slow and Steady and I want you to feel something. Every brand even has their own look, aesthetic, a brand image. Like, you look, I don't know how to explain it. It's something I've been talking about recently with my friends. It's just like, I don't know. You go on the website, it's there. You feel it. Like, I feel a vibe from this shoot or creative direction,
Right. Or like, think about every major brand, and I learned this in school. I went to Fashion Institute of Technology, so that's another. I'll tell my story soon how I got into the brand.
Stay fit.
So you think about every major brand. Like, think about the Super Bowl, right? Those commercials, those 30 seconds commercials, it tells a story. Like the Doritos, right? Yeah. It's always a story. And like in school, they told us if something has to be heartfelt or like motivational.
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing? You're sitting on the couch. You got to get up. Like stuff like that.
Make you want to
Right?
stand up there.
Right. It makes you start thinking, but a lot of times it's like heartfelt stories or motivational stories. That's like what I remember. So like those Super Bowl commercials, like the stuff with the puppies, like the Budweiser, Budweiser,
Yeah,
right?
popular.
They always have the commercial with the dogs. It's heartfelt and stuff like that. They do a lot of things to grab your attention and like really make you pay attention to what's going on. And it's all advertising.
Yeah.
Right? Because you and I can have the same thing, same logo. But if I tell a good story and you don't, you're gonna buy from the person who told that good story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's all about bringing out emotions from the consumer.
Exactly. Sometimes a good story, I'm sold.
So yeah, you're sold. And it's so I'm condolences again to what y'all were going through at that time and everything. So how I said you guys started in March and then it took to July. So since then, what has been like a consistent? If you had to make a drop schedule a year, like how like brands have a drop schedule this month and you have this season and this season. What is a standard job schedule for y'all since then?
Right. I'm not gonna lie, I actually want to answer that one. Yeah. So, funny enough, ideally, right? I would say ideally, but I'll say how it's been. Ideally would be, it's fall. Let's drop like October, like collection wise. Spring maybe start like late February, early March, around that time transition for like spring, summer. But since we started, honestly, especially like that first year of us actually like putting things out, it was on like a constant basis. Like it wasn't really, it was scheduled, but not that too far ahead. Okay. It's like, okay, summertime we dropped, okay, let's drop this first set of shirts, right? Okay, that was July. It sold out quick, 25 shirts. Then the next month was August, but towards the end of August, we got invited to a pop-up shop. So then that's when it really started going.
September.
Yeah.
That's September.
Right.
That's September we did the pop-up shop.
Right. So then we ordered more t-shirts, but then long sleeves to transition into the fall period.
And then we did another pop-up shop.
Right. Then we did another pop-up shop, and then we got hoodies involved and beanies, and then we just kind of started like going like that. And the next year comes, what's that? 2021. Now we have we had some sweatsuits, but they came late. Just that's part of the learning experience. We're working with different people, especially like overseas manufacturers. You got to give yourself a lot of room for error. So we just didn't know that. Especially, yeah, we got them in March. We got them in March.
We ordered them in November. We got them 4 months ago. We got them at the end of March.
Beginning of March. First week of March.
First week of March we got them. So it's like, nobody wants sweatsuits no more. We transitioned it out of the spring, out of the winter into the spring, right? People who have their sweatsuits, they have them, and they were gray. So like, if people want sweatsuits, then like for the spring, they want those not metallic colors, those pastel colors, those spring colors. So it was really a lot. Like I remember I learned in school, you have to plan 3 months ahead of each season.
Yeah.
And they were telling us that because you need room for error. Yeah. So realistically right now, we need to start planning. We already need to have an idea what we want for next winter, right? But we need to start ordering our stuff for the spring now.
Yeah.
Because we're in the winter. And think about it, the fashion shows, right? Fashion week, right? The stuff that they're advertising all the time, it's not for the current season. It's for the next season. So that's one thing we need to work on, but it's been difficult because starting up, you don't have all the capital that you need.
Right?
Yeah. And when you're ordering from these places, they don't give you a price break until you order in bulk. Yeah. So there's a dilemma. So what are we gonna do? We only have X amount of dollars. You still got bills to pay. You still have shit to do. That's why I get right? People who do cold then now, a lot of people don't know, and I learned this too because I started working on the more technical side of the business, right? You want a credit card, but certain credit cards are not going to accept you because they check to see how much money is in your business account and credit history. So you got to figure out, okay, what type of credit card you can get. Not to build your business credit, you have to start with something very low. So if you are going to use that business credit card, right, you're still limited to a certain amount of money because they're not going to start you off with a high limit. So it's like, what are you going to do? And going to different places. It's expensive.
Yeah.
And then we found a reliable source to do our stitchings and stuff like that. Aesthetic BK, we love them.
Oh,
They
nah.
became family. They really became a family to us.
That's where it started, really.
That's where it started.
Mhm.
Aesthetic BK. They work with us, and they give us a decent price, but still, to do the stitchings, to do the embroideries, to do the DGT printing, all of that is costly.
Yeah. So
And then the biggest dilemma is like you starting out, you want quality. We want quality stuff, right? Especially if you, like I said in the beginning, go hard or go home. You want to make a statement about your clothing, right? Make a statement about the stuff that you're selling, so people come back. So it's really a risk that you have to take.
yeah.
Right.
And then the pricing too.
Mm-hmm.
You know how people get with the pricing. Oh, $60 for a sweater.
But then at the same time, people come back to us and say, "Yo, the material of your
Right.
stuff is good.
That's good.
I wash it over and over. It doesn't pill up. This is a good sweater."
And by the way, we have Afterpay now too.
We have We have
So
Afterpay.
that sweater's not $60.
So because we like a story, what was your first ticket payments on, like Cash App?
So
anything.
I had. All right, I'm gonna jump straight into how I got involved into the business, right?
Oh,
Because
yeah.
I started doing all the money stuff. I started doing.
So she got involved the minute she said, "What we doing?"
That's when I got involved.
That's when
Because
she got involved.
That's when Gary was still in the business. I said, "Well, what are y'all doing?" And I was mad hyped because I just finished my bachelor's at FIT, so I know every fucking thing.
Oh,
and I still know everything. I don't care.
I gotta cut you off real quick. She made us read articles.
I did.
Had to learn like the difference between a mission and a vision statement, value proposition, business model,
I gave them all
that
my
stuff.
From school.
She had a whole presentation she did from like her last semester, like showing it's like a outlook of running a startup company. So it showed business plan. So it shows the progression throughout the years, the balance sheet and everything. It was dope. I was like, yo, and they say school doesn't teach nothing, Depends on your program.
It depends on your program. I tell everybody, go to the Fashion Institute of Technology, even if you're not into fashion, even if you just want to learn the business side. Because I went there, I got my associates in production management, which is basically the process, the life cycle of clothing. That's what I like to call it. From when they pick the materials from the ground, take cotton, spin it, turn it to thread, and then turn it into fabric, all the way to the consumer's hand. I learned everything there. So the information I had from there, I was like, oh shoot, this is everything that I learned. I could finally use it. You always talking about we go to school, we don't use our degrees. I'm like, oh, finally something I can use my degree for. I was like, Then I went for entrepreneurship. So it didn't even matter what you did. Listen, our professors, they currently work in the industry. They've worked in the industry for years, and they still working in the industry. So those are the best teachers. Because a lot of times you have people who never even been in the field teaching you something, but we have professionals currently working in those fields telling us exactly what to do, and they were amazing teachers. So with entrepreneurship, I had the class called, you have to write a business plan. We had a financial class. That was the hardest freaking class ever. Because we had to do like a balance sheet and all of that. So I basically all that information, I came into his room. I was like, get Gary on the phone right now. Because I don't know what y'all doing. So then I made y'all pull out all the receipts.
Yeah.
I said, did you keep track of all the money that you're spending?
Yeah.
And they looked at me like a chick, like I had two heads. I said,
it was there though.
I said, go and get a book. Here's a book. Start writing all of that stuff down. Write it down. We can make an Excel sheet.
Yeah.
I'm so good in Excel because I figured out how to make our own formula. I made my own formula in Excel to figure out how to calculate our cost and profit margin. It took me a few days, but I figured it out. And I'm a math teacher.
She's a math teacher.
Never heard that.
I'm a math teacher. So I was there. Like I used to hate math.
And I love Excel. So you saying that
I'm good at math. So I was sitting there like, no, this is not right. And then I went on computer to find like the profit margin calculator. And I was like, I gotta get this in Excel because when we start putting these numbers in, I need it to calculate itself. And I figured it out. And it worked.
It did work.
It worked.
Y'all learned so much that week. I feel like I was in school. I was in the school of Taylor.
I was just so excited about it. And then they started writing all the stuff. And then y'all realized you were at a loss.
Yeah.
It was in the negatives. But to those people out there, your first 5 years in the business is going to be a loss. And in my presentation, when I did my cost sheet, I was in the negatives, and my professor was like, "This is absolutely right." He's like, "Everybody stop and look at her spreadsheet. Don't expect to make money the first 5 years, especially the first year in business. Don't expect to make money. This is what it is, right? You have this idea of what it's going to be, and that's fine. You gotta take a risk because you don't know until you try."
Yeah.
So then after that, I used my unemployment money, right, to put the money out, put the investment out, and we got it right back. We made that money back and more.
That first pop-up shop.
Shop. My friend was doing a pop-up shop. Everybody had money during the pandemic with their unemployment. And remember, nobody was having parties, so pop-up shop was a way for people to spend their money because remember the malls and stuff was closed. Yeah. People was just sitting on top of money and they wanted to spend it. So I'm like, we have to capitalize off of that. Yeah. And it worked. So his friend introduced us to the people at Aesthetic, and we started doing the second thing of t-shirts. It was our turtle and the brown at your own page in the front and the giant turtle in the back. So we had everybody come out to the pop-up shop. We almost sold out of everything. We made all our money back. I went and found the Squarespace readers. Yo, that whole week I had my little cousin folding up the shirts, bagging them. My cousin went to her job. She printed out all these tags for us. Like everybody really helped. It was really a community. My friend Pooks, he was on here. My friend Pooks, he took me to pick up the shirts and was helping me get the stuff around. And it truly really takes a village, a community to do anything that you want to do. Not even with just having a kid. Starting a business, like
that is the kid though. That's the baby.
Is the kid. But like even starting a business, you really see who cares because it's not always about people buying your people in your circle buying your stuff. Because realistically, you don't only want to sell to the people. Oh yeah. You don't only want to sell to your circle. If you only sell into your circle, you're not going to be successful. Yeah. You want your stuff to be international. Yeah. So, but your people in your circle, you don't have a car, they picking you up to go get your stuff. They're helping you fold things. That's the stuff that matters. Like the people that's behind you helping you put the work in, especially if they don't ask nothing for it. Yeah, that's like that. And those people that helped us, they wanted to help us. They didn't ask nothing for it. Like even my father, he didn't believe in it at first because he's a person like, I don't want to say he didn't believe in it. No, let me change my words.
He did believe in it.
He did believe in it, but he's a person, he has to see it. Yeah. He has to see it come into fruition. And he even said, what are y'all doing with this stuff? What are y'all doing? Blah, blah, blah. I'm like, yo, it's complicated, just. But when he goes bowling, he's giving people our website. He's telling people, he's like, yo, this person wants to buy he wants to buy our stuff. This person wants a t-shirt. They want this. He's yelling at us, you don't have nothing. What is wrong with y'all? I'm like,
he gave me I'm not gonna call it a business loan. Like I'm gonna say like he gave me the money for the first batch of t-shirts. Like he's like, yo, like it's clothes like it's something that's tangible, you know, because he has his opinion on other investments, you know. That's a different story. But he said that's something that's tangible, like I could trust it, like, you know, so let me know how much the shirts cost. And
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, no, that's
that's before I was involved.
Yeah, that's exactly.
He probably gave you a grand or something. You probably didn't pay that back.
Nah, it was like whatever how much shirts came in, like what, like $5 bills or something like that. But
he's a business. The thing I like about like y'all dynamic as like a family or whatever, y'all move like it's a business collective. Like you know how many like these family restaurants, like even like bro, you telling me you make your own Excel function, you telling me you made a business plan and all this stuff. That's bro, I ain't gonna cap. That's the energy people need. Like even though it could be like, oh Taylor, you're bugging, you're dragging it, but believe it or not, you're gonna see when that hard work pays off months later. Because again, it's slow and steady.
And that's the frustrating part that me personally, I forget.
I forget it too.
I forget it, and I'm just like, I feel like everybody needs to have that mentality in every aspect of your life. Like whether you're trying to find a new job, you're trying to get out of a situation, you're in school, just have that mentality. And it's not gonna happen overnight because I still don't have it, but you just have to constantly remind yourself. And it's like so cliche because my mother be like, slow and steady, blah blah blah, take your time, move at your own pace. Like you hear yourself saying it, and it is a lifestyle.
Yeah, you gotta.
Like I see our cousin, he posts like stuff like Daryl. He's like, oh, slow and steady, blah blah blah. This takes time. Like my cousin, like he pretty much built his house from scratch, like from bottom up. And from 3 years ago to now, this is 3 years. What you see the work that he put in. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. And I had to remind myself that too, even now more than ever, because so like right now we're going through a period of kind of like, I won't say shop is closed, but we haven't been putting anything new out. Rebranding, restructuring, from designs to, as I mentioned earlier, just that brand image, that feel. So like I'm seeing other brands I know like drop their stuff, and I get so excited. Like I like to see other people create.
Okay. I got a question for you after you done.
Yeah, so I'm looking at it like, damn, can't wait to get back out in the field. Like I can't wait for people to see, but I had to remind myself like, we gotta take our time. You gotta roll it out properly. Gotta make everything just like be organized, everything. So yeah.
So look, this is one of my favorite questions out right now. As you're at the end of the day, you're a creator at heart. Surely you're a creator at heart. The question I feel like of probably the century, I think, or maybe the decade, or the week, or month, or whatever. What is harder for you to be? Staying inspired or staying creative? Think about that for a second. What's the hardest thing? Staying creative or staying inspired?
Wow.
I have my answer.
I know, bro.
She can go because I don't have my answer yet.
Okay, I would say staying inspired.
Okay.
Because your creativity, I speak to myself, my creativity comes from me being inspired. So like even when I'm cooking, oh, I'm inspired. Like you ever play Sims?
Yeah.
Maybe like the Sims inspired that I like them when they had. I'm like, yo, maybe go get in the kitchen, start cooking up something good, and I start getting creative. Right? So if you're not inspired, right? It's like you gotta figure out where that inspiration is coming from. If you're not inspired, I feel like it's gonna kill your creativity because you're not gonna be in the mood. Nothing is gonna be flowing. Right? You might even feel down because you're not inspired. Especially because if it's something that you really want to do and you don't feel inspired, you're not gonna want to do anything. Right? And creativity doesn't come from staying stagnant. You have to do something to spark your creativity.
I always said this thing. Where you can go.
I think it's a little bit of both, but I'll go with the staying creative.
Okay.
I actually, so this summer I feel like I was for like a good 2 or 3 months. Well, actually, basically the whole summer to the end of the summer. Really, I felt like I was kind of stuck with my creativity. Like I'm really just like I want to take this brand to the next level. I want to try new things. I'm even going to people like people that I trust the most. Like just tell me something that you don't like about the brand right now, or that you think I should do better. Like I don't want to really keep hearing like it's fire, because you post like we don't talk about that part. You put your stuff out, you post it. You get 300 likes on your post. You get 30, 40 comments. It's fire. That's fire. I need it.
But you got zero.
What's the sales? What's that looking like?
That's what I'm like. I don't care about. I don't want y'all to like the stuff. I want you to go buy it.
Yeah, but that goes into another thing. Like we talked about earlier, who you reaching? Are you reaching? Is it just your immediate circle?
Yeah.
And I have to think. Well, we in terms of consumers, we exhausted our immediate circle. They were there from 2 years ago. They were at the first pop-up shop. They helped us jumpstart. They still do the little things anyway. So, how are we gonna reach? How are we gonna reach other people? So that was my biggest thing right there. Just so staying creative. I'm like I had like a creativity block. You know, I wasn't sure what I want to do something, but I'm not sure what I'm gonna do. I'm trying to sketch things out. I don't like it, throwing it out. You know, so
sometimes you really just
yeah.
gotta sit around and play with things.
Yeah.
Like, remember we was trying to figure out our aesthetic for Slow and Steady University,
Yeah.
and I was at work not doing my job, and I took like a whole period where I was supposed to be grading work. I said, nah, I gotta get on this computer because it's something that I feel like when there's something in your head, I'm like, there's something in my brain and it has to come out and I have to play around with it. Because like we use Canva to create it. And I was like, I got it. And I sent it over to him. He was like, this is it. Because we was trying to create that school university feel.
Yeah.
So it's just
but you know, the best ideas I have though, they come randomly.
Yeah.
I mean, like I'm walking in the street, I see something that just makes me think about something. I didn't really say anything just now, but you get the point.
But that's how a lot of great ideas come about. Like,
or maybe in the shower. Good ideas always come in the shower. You know, that's when you had, you know, that's when you had the light bulb was always on. Like, aha.
Yeah, ideas you need to write them down. Because our Uncle Mimi was telling me and Terrence one day that Terrence not cousin my way, that you have all this up here. Write it down. Get a book, designate your ideas for whatever it is, and write them down. Because your ideas do no good in your brain.
Yeah.
They're just gonna stay in your brain forever. What good is it there?
I agree. That's why they say it's important to journal what you got going on and everything. But listen, we want to get into gear.
Oh yes, that question you asked earlier. The perfect time now. So, like I said, every design tells a story.
Right.
So,
we got
this
back here.
Yeah. So let's start with these, right? Okay. Let's start with these. So.
Oh, this is my favorite. Slow and Steady University.
Yes, Slow and Steady University. So, this was the most recent collection. How we started? We had this turtle. The original turtle was just a turtle with a money bag. Like that's our mascot. So, for Slow and Steady University, the inspiration came from Polo. You know, because I wear a lot of Polo. That's my favorite brand outside of Slow and Steady. Okay. Yeah, Ralph Lauren. The polar bear. You know, the polar bear. He has that, and I thought to myself, well, let's dress the turtle up in different fits.
Okay.
Right. So it's Slow and Steady University. That's the theme. So for each like school in the university is a different fit. So
and this is like, can we show the camera or you'll put it in the?
Yeah, we can.
So that's our Slow and Steady University, like, I don't know what to call it, promo. I created a university shield from the logo, and then there's a book, obviously for school, the money bag, and like the stock symbol. And when I was creating it, I was thinking about Victoria's Secret, the University of Pink, that feel. Because at the time we were trying to reach college students, and I'm just like, what is something that you would wear on the college campus? True. So I started looking up a whole bunch of like that, and then other college logos to really get the idea and get a feel of it. So I'm kind of like, what's my role at this job? Creative something, content.
You
graphic designer. I'm low-key graphic designer.
Nah, hikey. But so back to the turtle, you know, like I said, it fits everyone. So, you know, this guy right here, he's in a suit. That's the School of Business. Okay. I called this one liberal arts because I'm thinking of how, you know, how does everyone dress?
Oh,
you
no,
know?
we don't have the turtle.
So this one, he just like, you know, white tee, fitted, you know. You know, got the sneakers on, jeans, you know, calm fit. I think we got another one. We should have the other one. If not,
no, this one it has a suit on it too.
Oh man, there's another one though. It's called like the School of the Grind. You just had a sweatsuit on. It's like
you in the trap or
trapping. This one. So this is like a transitional phase for us now. As I mentioned, the rebranding. Okay. This is the shell of a turtle. But we engraved
I didn't even see that until you pointed that out.
So we engraved the S in it. And it's a 5-panel.
We in a World Cup mode, so I'm like,
I feel you. So on the side of it, there's a quote. It says, "Slowly is the fastest way to get to where you want to be."
Okay, all right.
I just want to add a little something onto that. 5 panels coming soon. So most recently though, well, this didn't make the cut yet. So these, and it's in like summertime, spring, summer.
Ooh, we
Had
learned
these
the
nylon
lesson.
track pants. Honestly, this is my favorite. I think this is the best so far. Like a lot of people like these. I mean, people still running me down right now. Like, yo, what a black? Like, I need black.
The thing about this, we ordered these from the Middle East. So when they sent our sample and we tried the pants on, the sizing and the cut was completely different from when they sent these.
Okay.
Nah,
I think it was completely different because let me tell you something. My medium sample that I had, right, or the large sample, and the large that they sent in our bulk order was completely different. These were cut way too small.
honestly,
They were cut way
they
way
fit
too small.
for me. They fit the same either or.
If
But
the outfit is the way it's supposed to be, then
nah, for me it fit the same. But you know,
But
it's
they
just like
did,
a
but I mean, overall they are cut small, so we
yeah.
did
Now
have
they
to
are.
tell people to order a size up because I
Yeah.
remember somebody was like, "Nah, they couldn't fit it." We
Yeah,
had
no,
to
some
bring
people
it back.
didn't work out for, but that's a more technical thing, like just getting the measurements down pat. Yeah, so but this is like
Well, we need to tell them to add spandex in it
this
next time.
this adds like this is the transitional phase for me, honestly. I really like these pants.
okay.
Nylon track pants.
Okay.
I think they're really well actually.
Okay.
Numbers don't lie either, you know. Got them in black too. Everyone loves black.
Yeah,
like
everybody loves it.
they're running me down for this right now. Don't worry.
My students was like,
It's
"Man,
coming back
finish
though.
your
It's coming
pants
back.
right."
You can finesse a lot of things with black too. So.
Yeah.
And it gets like that cargo pant.
Yeah.
Like,
Now they fit good.
oh,
You know.
we didn't have no more green ones.
Yeah.
No.
They thin.
I want them to get into every piece.
Nah, yeah. So this is I'm just trying to go in order. You know, we didn't drop these last summer, but this is a prototype. This is coming next summer, of course, 2023.
Okay.
Mesh basketball shorts.
Okay.
You know.
You need that. You should have
Eric
a basketball.
Emmanuel, I'm coming for you.
You should have a basketball tournament.
What concept?
We gotta talk about that.
Working.
They're like two opposing teams, winning the brand and everything.
Yeah.
We participated.
The OGs, but the OG logo versus the new people.
I mean, we actually participated in like in one
of this yesterday. This material.
It was a tournament like Marine Park 2 summers ago. It was like a battle of the brands type of thing. So we actually participated in that.
Okay.
So next time, I mean, we're gonna have every player gonna wear a pair of these next time. I come correct. I wore it. So this prototype again.
I'll hold it.
I wore this yesterday actually. You know, yeah. Some corduroy pants. You know.
Funniest
So
thing.
this is you know, like now you see the benefits of when you tap into like the overseas manufacturer. You could just do so much more. You know, you give them the mock-up. You know, what material. Once you can source the material, you can pretty much do anything. Yeah. Honestly.
You source this material?
Well, once they can source it, like once you know what material you need, if they can get it, they can make it. Yeah, if they can get it, they have the mock-up measurements, they can make it.
One thing about the people overseas, they want to make
it came
money.
out good.
Yeah, they want to make money.
Did you show the back with the?
No, yeah, it did. Definitely did. Got the SS on the back pocket.
All right.
No, a little cozy
I
look.
wish I could feel the material.
A little cozy look to it. And,
I'm actually gonna steal this from you.
No, yeah, actually not.
All right. Is there the last thing?
It's like a knitted sweater.
Yeah, that's calm.
Cable knit.
You know.
Yeah, I think.
You could wear this to work. You could wear this on a date.
You can wear this on
for your birthday.
And it's more of a mature look.
That too.
Yes.
And that's what we've really been trying to hit. A more mature look. You know, hit it. Reach a different crowd, older crowd, more mature crowd. Because one thing I came to realize this summer, with the help of my aunt too. Shout out to Auntie Marga. You know,
Auntie.
You gotta understand your target market and what they're bringing to the table. And even one of my professors said this to me too. I'm getting my MBA right now. First day of class, like he asked who has a business. Okay. So you know I did, and he's like, okay, what's your target audience? I'm like, well, I'm trying to switch over from college kids now. Mm-hmm. He even stopped me before I could say. He's like, yeah, nah, good idea. Y'all college kids don't have no money.
I told you.
Straight up. Yeah. So.
That's why. Yeah, I told you that. Yeah. I was like, they're not buying. They don't got it.
Yeah. So that goes back into what we said earlier about just understanding your circle and how you can exhaust your circle. And I think that's one thing that as brands and even some black businesses, I feel like, nowadays, everyone gets so prideful and you see those posts like, oh, if your friend is selling something, you're not buying it yet, bad friend or something. It's just like, well, if I bought the last one, like I don't have to buy every release, you know. You might not have what I need. right? And I'm gonna reference my aunt again. This is the best analogy she gave me. It's like medicine, you know. There's different medicine for everyone. Sometimes you know, if you got a cold, you're gonna get cold medicine. But why would I get something? Why would I get Pepto-Bismol if I got a flu? If I got the cold, you know, I just need some NyQuil. You feel me? It's, you know, so sometimes people are not gonna buy your stuff, and it's, you shouldn't take offense to it. You know, sometimes people may forget to share a post. Like, it's okay. You need to focus on reaching those people that aren't in your inner circle, because the people in the inner circle are gonna, they're gonna jumpstart the business, but they're not gonna take it to the next level. That's just the reality, you know.
And then the people in the inner circle, again, support comes in different ways. Like, she didn't buy anything, but she sat there and, you know, spoke about different things, like gave you advice.
A whole game plan.
Yeah, a whole entire game plan.
Ooh, yo, I actually forgot. There's one, I didn't mention this piece. This is also new.
Really?
Yes. So this is also slow and steady. Yes. So, but I want to, you know, shout out to Key, Stitched by Sade, a good friend of mine. She made this for me. So she does tapestry, custom pieces. She even has her own collection now. She probably gonna be on one of the episodes. You know.
I definitely like.
Spoiler alert. You feel me? So I went to her because I know she's talented. I'm like, I needed to make a fit for my birthday. This is one of my birthday fits, and then this here I wore for my birthday too, because that's something I'm trying to, you know, I'm just trying to, you know, and I'm just trying to, it helps because it's like, make a good fit. You're working on your business, you're investing in yourself, you know, instead of throwing like $500 on someone else's stuff. Like, I'm creating. Now, if the prototype is good, people are gonna want it. So it's bringing, you know, it's going back into my business anyway. But
I definitely like that too, because like even with Freddie, he did the same thing for his birthday. So like same fashion design.
And just even like the growth, like I like making these fits this year. It says a lot about the growth, because I could do a side by side of my birthday fit last year and my birthday fit this year, and it's a big difference. Like people really like, yo, that's slow and steady. Like, I didn't know that was slow and steady. I've been hearing that past 2 weeks, so love to see it. And but I had to talk about the collab. So yeah, you know, I reached out to her, because she does the custom pieces. I had the print, monogram print. Got some help from my guy Matt. He does graphic design, and we brought it to life. And here we have it. So this is like maybe my favorite piece right now.
I do have questions because you know, we are running out of time, and it does tie into a good quest right now. So because you're in the rebrand stage, that's why I asked you what the favorite piece is and what you got to, you know, everything like that. Now, because you're in the rebranding stage, what can you say to the viewers and consumers out there that want to expect more out of your brand in the coming months and everything? What do you have to say?
Be patient, because once we come back, 2023,
we're coming back with a vengeance.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's gonna take time, because again,
but
we want this to be perfect.
for right as I can see right now to the near future, it's no misses right now, no misses.
Well, would this be a piece that will be offered in the future?
I could definitely see that.
You
know, we got me and her. We got to talk about, you know, the logistics and everything, but you know, people like it though.
Yeah, people like
it.
If I say, like, if you have a piece that stands out and people highly request it, consumers demand, man.
Right. But then we got to figure out how to market it, because marketing is everything. Because it's been times where people are like, oh, I want this. You put it out, nobody bought it.
Yeah. Nobody bought it. Yeah, I agree.
So again, you gotta expand to another market, because I'm not gonna lie, sometimes the people they just talk. Sometimes you're in a circle, they just talk. It sounds like a good idea, sound good, and it's like, oh, I don't got it. All right, it's fine, but we need to grow.
But you know, this is something that, you know, it's gonna take time. Even as a consumer, like, it takes time to get in. It's a custom piece. You gotta get you gotta get your measurements taken, or take your own measurements, send them over. And then get knitted. You know, may need an adjustment or so. Like so. But I could definitely see this, you know. Could definitely see this collab on the way. And yeah, but everything you see here, if you didn't see it yet, you'll see it soon. You know.
Turtle, slow and steady.
Wait, you didn't show this one.
I didn't show what?
The navy hoodie.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I'm stealing this.
No, you're not. This is a staple right here, you know.
I wish I could feel the material.
This is a staple right here.
Yes.
So pretty much we are running out of time, but I do want to say it was a pleasure having y'all. Definitely
Thank you for
say
having me.
anything to the camera again.
Oh,
Let you know
yes.
what's going on.
Marcus, CEO, Slow and Steady Clothing. Hello?
Yeah, no,
Oh
I
wait,
guess
what
I just
am
said my
I?
name.
Wait, you the
Go ahead.
CEO?
The slogan was "Go at your own pace."
Grind at your own pace,
Grind at your own pace.
I mean, it speaks to the clothing. You see it, It's a steady progress every time.
And I'm Taylor. I'm the brains of the operation. I do everything. I do all the behind the scenes work. The money, the legal stuff,
I do
the
everything.
taxes. I do everything. I do everything. He's the face of the brand. Y'all might not see
I like
me,
to
but
say she's my backbone. You know what I'm saying?
I keep the ship afloat.
Yes. I could jack that.
Keep the ship afloat.
And that is Slow and Steady on What's Cooking NYC. Thank you again for tuning in.
Thank you guys.
Thank you.
Thanks, little brother.